As we know, the New Orleans Saints quarterback competition is really starting to heat up. It is now a three-man race as Derek Carr retires from the Saints, clears the picture a little bit. So Tyler Shough, Spencer Rattler, Jake Haener going to be in that quarterback battle. All very young quarterbacks, third-year, second-year rookie players. And we're wondering, would they bring in a veteran quarterback? Would it be Aaron Rodgers? Or maybe even like a journeyman, somebody else that's played maybe 8 to 10 years and they've started a handful of games, maybe been more of a career backup, but just to have a veteran presence in that room. It doesn't look like the Saints are going to do that. It looks like they're going to roll with these three quarterbacks in an open competition, but one of the quarterbacks is injured, and it is quarterback Jake Haener. So Adam Schefter put it out there a little bit earlier in the tweet, reads like this. Saints quarterback Jake Haener, part of a three-way competition to become the team's starting quarterback, suffered an oblique strain at the end of Wednesday's practice and is now expected to miss a couple of weeks. Haener likely will miss the remainder of OTAs, but is expected to be ready for the start of training camp. Now, I do feel like this is important because Jake Haener, he's got starts. They did draft him in the fourth round. Remember, they drafted him ahead of, where they drafted Spencer Rattler. Not in the same draft, but one's a fourth-round pick, one's a fifth-round pick. But this is a time where you want to put your best foot forward. You want to be in the quarterback competition. You want to be throwing with your receivers, with your tight ends, with your running backs, because just because you're not in New Orleans does not mean you're not going to get together. Like these quarterbacks, and they're all going to maybe be in different spots, but like they'll invite you out to their hometown, or they'll invite you to a campus, or they'll stay in the city and you'll go out there and you'll throw even when the team's not all together. And that's where like organically, like you start to maybe separate yourself from some of the other quarterbacks if you can create that relationship with your receivers. Like Peyton Manning used to have everybody at Duke, and you go to Duke, or you'd go to Manning Passing Academy in Thibodaux, and you go out there and you run routes for Peyton Manning, and like he wanted to create kind of that chemistry. Now, Peyton Manning wasn't in a quarterback competition, obviously, but I'm giving you an example of what goes on even when you're not there in New Orleans, like leading in to training camp. And so Jake Haener, to me, was always number 3 in this battle already, and it's going to be between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough. Jake Haener is somebody that I think maybe still makes the roster, but I didn't really know where he fit in the quarterback competition, and now this certainly is going to put him behind the 8 ball. And so now we turn our attention, as most of us already did, but certainly now with this injury even more so, to Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough. And I can tell you, look, I talked with Tyler Shough yesterday. I was supposed to record an interview with him. It was 6:30, and he reached out. He's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I am actually still in the quarterback room. We are still watching tape. And it was 6:25 at night, and during OTAs. That doesn't happen, right? OTAs, typically you're done 2 o'clock, maybe 3 at the latest, and then you go back home, and you get back up there early the next morning. But it's not like these long days like it is during the season, during training camp, but that's what they're doing. That's what's going on right now. He's like, look, I got this meeting, I got that meeting. And I'm like, my guy, I have been through this. I understand. But it's been refreshing, kind of having conversations with him, because Tyler Shough's ready to go. All jokes aside, this is somebody who's incredibly mature. We know he's going to turn 26 when the season starts. But this is somebody, he's married. He's been settled down. He is all focused on ball all the time. Every time I've talked with Tyler Shough, he has been doing something in a meeting room, a throw-in session on the side, whatever it might be. So when you look at his frame, which is different than anybody else in this competition, right? He's every bit of 6'5". He's got the strong arm. He's got the leadership qualities, but he's also got some speed, right? Ran a very impressive 40 at the NFL Combine. When you look at how he's preparing to be the starter, I'm not saying that Spencer Rattler's not. Spencer Rattler, to me, is somebody that completely humbled himself, in the best way possible. We all saw the Netflix show, and as a 17-year-old, look, we all be idiots if we're 17 on a camera. I know I would be. If you say you wouldn't, you're lying to yourself. We're 17, right? And I've been a part of those reality shows. Hey, producers, hey, do this. So you're 17, so you go do it. I don't base my judgment on Spencer Rattler off that show. But getting to know Spencer Rattler at the Senior Bowl and following him, like this is somebody that humbled himself, matured throughout the entire process. Like you talk with Shane Beamer, and like he can't say enough great things about Spencer Rattler and who he is. So Spencer Rattler's in this competition, but I bring up all the things that Tyler Shough's doing right now because I do think he's the most talented of the quarterback room. I think if he doesn't go through those injuries that he went through in college, we know who Tyler Shough is. I'm saying like household name type stuff before this NFL draft, because a lot of people say, well, it feels like he's like just now came onto the scene. Like we don't really know. It's like a one-hit wonder, a one-year sample size. It's because he went through some major injuries, and injuries are a concern for him because he has been through multiple different places. But if he was healthy, because when he was healthy, he played really, really well. So now this, to me, it was already turning itself into a two-quarterback battle, and Jake Haener was on the outside looking in. Now that he's injured, Oblique, that's one of those ones where if you rush it back, one throw, you're right back to ground zero. So I think he's out. I do, and I know it's early. We're sitting here May the 22nd. I'm kind of calling it. Like I think that he was already there, but now with this injury, it truly does feel like it is a two-person quarterback race. And I would say Tyler Shough does have right now a lead on Spencer Rattler, even though Spencer Rattler started games last year. He threw for 1,300+ yards. He threw for 4 scores, did have the 5 interceptions. But it's not enough of a sample size, I think, to say, well, he's got starts, he's a veteran. He's not a veteran. I mean, he's a second-year player. So at the end of the day, you selected Tyler Shough, 40th overall, the highest quarterback you've taken since Archie Manning. We all know that, right? So now it's a two-person race. I think you'll start to really see him hone in on who the guy is going to be moving forward. Cannot wait to see what Kellen Moore, like what this offense is going to look like what is going to be the identity of this offense. You look at the weapons, you look at the pieces, what is going to be the calling card for them? Because Kellen Moore is somebody that he's had different quarterbacks. He's had Dak Prescott. He's had certainly Justin Herbert there in L.A., almost said San Diego, almost do that every time. He had Jalen Hurts in Philly, right? All different quarterbacks. Now, all very capable, like mobile type quarterbacks. And I know Herbert doesn't get a lot of credit for what he can do with his legs, but check out the stats. We know what Hurts can do. We know, like Dak Prescott the same way. Like we know he's athletic enough to be able to make a play with his legs. Both these quarterbacks, Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough, I think can give you that. Tyler Shough is the more athletic quarterback. Again, check out the tail of the tape. Check out what he did at the NFL Combine. So for all those reasons that I laid out there, the frame, the maturity, the athletic ability, the bigger arm, I do think Tyler Shough is going to be your starting quarterback whenever we get to the end of August. And now, because of this injury, again, I already felt strongly that it was going to be a two-man race, but now I can almost guarantee you it's going to be a two-man race with Jake Haener going to be out for the rest of the offseason and try to get ready for training camp there for the Saints.